folks, it's me, Denny Carter, coming to you once again for this fantasy football Q&A as we enter fantasy football semifinal week. And as many of you know, when things get serious, I wear these glasses. And I wear this sweatshirt, which for some reason is smaller than it was last year. I'm not sure what's going on with that. We'll have to look into that very powerfully, see why it doesn't fit me as well as it did 12 months ago. We don't know. We just don't know. At 40 years old, we're just not sure what's going on there. But yeah, so I am serious. I just want you guys to know that some people would look at my glasses and say, this guy's a clown. I'm not taking advice from this guy. Look at his glasses. I urge you to take the opposite approach. You look at this, you look at these glasses, which I shelled out $10 for, by the way. I thought that was a little pricey. I urge you to look at these glasses and say, this guy means business. Those are his business glasses. Because they are my business glasses. I have a little itch. Excuse me. Anyway, thank you for joining me. You can find me at CDCarter13 on the X platform and Threads and any other place where humans microblog. You'll find me there. I'm the Tom Joad of microblogging. I've wanted to tell that joke for a while. The Zoomers will not get it. The millennials might not get it, honestly. We might have to go all the way down to Gen X to really understand that. Yeah, so Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you all. We're going to get to your questions now. You can find all of our various content on NBCSports.com, the Rotoworld section. We have Rotopat's ranks. We have Kyle Dvorak's 32 facts, which are always very helpful and kind of drilling down on matchups to exploit. We have my funnel defense report, which I have a lot of fun writing it. And by fun, I mean, I love poring over that data and seeing what's what, like seeing how teams are attacking defenses. And it helps me, kind of get a grip going into the weekend, because I write it on Thursday and then into Friday. Pull back the curtain a little bit. By the way, one of my many coffee mugs. Christmas coffee mugs, I should say. Anyway, funnel defense report, yes. And I mentioned some some good matchups. Jags and Bucks, both pass funnels. The Washington against the Jets is an ugly game, and man, that thing could go sideways in 25 different ways. I get it, I understand that, but it could be decent. Could be decent for the Washington running game. That's all I want to say there about that. All right. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to answer your questions for the next hour. Pick one in standard. Oof. Yeah, I mean, it's Chandler. We talked, me and Kyle Dvorak and Pat Daugherty, we talked on the Rotoworld football show on Thursday about Ty Chandler and this locked-in role as RB1 in Minnesota. It doesn't appear that Alexander Mattison is going to play this week. And even if he does, Kevin O'Connell is doing that weird thing, guys. He's doing a weird thing where he's saying, we're going to prioritize our best running back. I mean, that's weird. Most teams, they say, hey, look, whoever was our starter in week 1 is our starter in perpetuity. Okay, there is no, wrenching that guy out of the starting spot. Madison was the lead back in week 1. You can't change that. That's analytics. But no. The Vikings said, no, actually, this Ty Chandler kid, he's a kid. I mean, he's been in the league forever. He's our best running back by leaps and bounds. And so we're going to go ahead and play him. And that's cool. Anyway, you cannot be high enough on Ty Chandler. His route participation was a little bit lacking last week, but we can't be too picky. You got this guy off the waiver wire in week 13, okay? 14, whatever it was. Please do not be too picky. I'm begging you once again to not be too picky. And don't get too cute. We don't get picky. We don't get cute. Not on this stream. I allow a lot of behaviors on this stream, but pickiness and cuteness, not a lot. Well, I should say cuteness to a degree. I'm okay getting a little cute, but not too cute. You know that, and yet you continue to ask. Is this too cute? I do appreciate you guys running that by me. Chandler needs to be in your lineup. I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say beyond that. He just needs to be in your lineup. All right, Greg. Hi, Denny. Hey, Greg. Need to start 1 running back and 1 flex. Okay. So it would be, of course. You had the greatest lineup of all time. Chandler and Gibbs. Gosh, it's horrifying. I mean, it's horrifying to have to not play Montgomery and Waddle. Yeah, Gibbs and Chandler. Starting Diggs and Rice in my wide receiver spots. Yeah, that sounds right. I mean, really, like, I think Jalen Waddle has like 2 wide receiver 1 finishes this year with Tyreek Hill in the lineup. I don't think that speaks to Jalen Waddle being bad or not elite. He is. I think that actually speaks to how insanely elite Tyreek Hill is. For my money, the best receiver in the game. Okay, Brian W. Yeah, right. I would play Trevor Lawrence over either of these guys. He's going to play. Come on. Doug Peterson comes out and says, look, it's a coin flip. It's a coin flip for Trevor Lawrence. I mean, I think maybe that's literally how NFL medical staffs decide, whether a guy plays with a brain injury. Well, Trevor, we're going to flip this coin. Heads, you're in. Tails, you got to sit out, buddy. That's how we do it in the medical community. But no, I mean, he's going to play. He's important to the team. So he's playing. Come on. So it's Lawrence. But if for some reason Lawrence doesn't clear the protocol and doesn't play, I would go with Flacco. Real quick, and I mentioned this on the Rotoworld football show. I know, like, obviously I'm going to push my own hashtag content here, but the Thursday, preview show that me and Kyle and Pat do, I believe is really good, really comprehensive. And we try to address kind of fringe players that you're going to go into the week not feeling great about, looking for a reason to bench, looking for a reason to start, and whatever the case may be, things of that nature. So we mentioned Flacco. We talked a lot about the Browns offense. And I will say that the Browns Houston game profiles as a game with a lot of play volume, just like the Bears-Browns game last week, just like pretty much every Browns game this season, no matter who the quarterback has been. I think because the Browns are consistently pass heavy, especially with Flacco, way above their expected drop back rate with Flacco, that the Browns games, they don't necessarily shoot out on the scoreboard, but yardage wise, play volume wise, they get there. So Flacco, I think, is still a good play. I don't really care that Stroud isn't playing this week. Muhammad says pick 2. Jacob's probably not going to play. So Chandler and Zeke, those are the guys you need for this week. Michael, excuse me. Hi. I need 1 flex. Eckler, Brown, or Palmer. Yikes. Woof. Isn't it crazy? Like, when you drafted Eckler in the first round, I mean, if you would have fast forwarded to late December and said, I'm going to ask a guy with Christmas tree sunglasses if I should start Eckler over Noah Brown or Josh Palmer. And it's a real question. It's a real, like, a legit start-sit question. You would have vomited. You would have instantly, like, exorcist vomited all over the room. Congrats, Michael, for getting to the semifinals in your league with Austin Eckler, one of the biggest disasters in recent fantasy history. So last week, Eckler only had 5 of like 23 Chargers running back carries. I mean, that's bad. He also only ran a route on 40% of the dropbacks against the Raiders. So I don't think you can play him. I think it has to be Palmer because Keenan Allen's not playing again. So go with Palmer. Right. And so Brian, can we even play Eckler? Brian, I want to give you a hug for having to play Garrett Wilson with Trevor Siemian at the helm or Eckler. I guess I would just hold my nose and play Garrett Wilson. David Cook, kicker question. Thank you, David, for the kicker question. We love our kicker questions, folks. We're bringing back kicker questions. Jason Sanders against Dallas. Tyler Bass, I forgot his name temporarily, against the Chargers. I would go with Bass because, I mean, the Bills are 100-point favorites, the first 100-point favorite in the history of the NFL against the Chargers. And so he should have all the good game script on his side. It's hard for me to say you're not playing Tyler Bass. And even though it's not been a great season for Tyler Bass, but I would go with him. If Stroud doesn't play, KC defense against I'm sorry, I'm struggling here. I'd go with the Browns. I lean Browns. Good morning from the West Coast. The West Coasters are awake. It's only 10-11 a.m. You guys need to go back to bed. The waves aren't up yet. Whatever you guys do over there. I'm just jealous. Okay? I'll admit it. I'm jealous. I see the folks I know from the West Coast, Eric Froton, who does great college football coverage for NBC. He's by the shore, whatever you call it there, the Pacific Ocean, whatever it may be. And he's doing videos from the Pacific. I mean, come on, man. Come on. I haven't seen the dang sun in 60 days. And you're on the beach? Eric, it's an attack. It's an attack on the East Coast is what it is. Oh, God. You don't get political, man. Singletary or Javonte? Singletary. He took over, hostile takeover, the Houston backfield. Sorry, I just spit everywhere. And so you're playing. It's a bad matchup, but whatever. Yeah, Javonte is not exciting at all. So are you saying Flowers of the Ravens? So Flowers versus the Niners, Boyd against Pittsburgh, Myers against KC. I would go with Myers. I think the Raiders will be forced to drop back quite a bit there. Yeah, right. Troy says he wants to see if my Twitter bio is correct. First of all, it's my X bio. Okay. My Twitter bio has been gone for a long time. It's X. I don't know if you guys heard. It is still correct. You can check that out for yourself. Right. Yeah, they are professional. I got the okay from corporate. And hey, look, just because my wife and kids have been making fun of me all day, doesn't mean anything. I am still a professional. Jake Browning or Romo? Am I missing something? Oof, don't get that. I'm sorry. That went over my head. Kincaid or Kraft? I would go with Kincaid. I mean, obviously Dawson Knox has been bad. His return has been bad for Kincaid. But I actually wrote up Kraft in the regression files. Folks, Tucker Kraft, is that his name? I can never remember. Gosh, I can never remember that guy's name. Anyway, he's getting away with it as far as touchdowns go. So I guess I'd go with Kincaid. I mean, look, the Bills, I know folks worry like, well, it's going to be such a blowout with the Bills and Chargers that the Bills are going to bench all their guys. Well, we have to remember, in order for it to be a blowout, okay, in order for it to get to 35-0 or 35-3 or whatever, the Bills are going to have to score a lot of points, right? And I would guess that a guy like Dalton Kincaid will have a good chance, a pretty good chance of getting in on that scoring. So don't be afraid to play Stefan Diggs. Don't be afraid to play Josh Allen. Okay? Don't fear the points. You don't fear. Here are two things you don't fear: the Reaper and the points. Those are if you don't fear those two, you're good. You're fine. So yeah, go ahead and play Kincaid. Franco says, well, I already did that. And wow, Franco has a lot of the same question over and over and over again. Brees or Achan. Many are calling him. I mean, I just go with Achan. He should be ready to go. Merry Christmas to you, Kyle Myers. Kyle Q Myers the fourth. I call people by their proper names. Yeah, sue me. Actually, please don't. Marco, pick 3. Bijan, Chandler, Zeke, and Amari. Oh man, that could be difficult. Chandler. Yeah, you're benching Bijan. Sorry to the folks. Tyler Lockett or Aaron Jones in the flex. Tyler Lockett. I would go with Lockett. I know. It's not pretty, but you're going with Lockett. Kyle's back. Kyle Q Myers, the fourth. Would you start the Jets defense or Miami? That's a good one. But the only reason I would hesitate on the Jets defense is because the quarterback situation is so catastrophic, so what many are calling apocalyptic, that it tends to put a defense in a very awkward, unenviable spot, right? And so you worry about that. But Sam Howell will be back in the saddle for some reason, even though Jacoby Brissett was immediately a massive upgrade for the Washington offense. Makes you wonder, makes you think, makes you frustrated if you're a Terry McLaurin drafter in many leagues like me. It is frustrating. So, yeah, and the Miami defense has been hot. They're at home. I would lean the Jets. That game's gonna be weird though. Oh my gosh, buddy, you gotta stop posting this. All right. Full PPR, ETN. So I'd go with ETN. Right. So I know he doesn't really function super well in negative game script. But Lawrence is gonna play. So I think ETN should be okay. I mean, look, I'm gonna look real quick at last week's game. So if you look at like the pass routes, you have ETN ran 26 pass routes on 44 dropbacks for Trevor Lawrence. No other. I'm not seeing another running back with any routes for the Jags. So, so he's seeing all that, and he saw 6 targets, caught 4 for 28. So even if things kind of go sideways for Jacksonville, which they could, I mean, they're missing Christian Kirk, they're missing Zay Jones being the key to everything apparently for the Jaguars. So things could go. I think this could be kind of an ugly game. I mean, from a real football standpoint for Jacksonville, but I would feel way more comfortable with ETN over Brees Hall. Okay. Chase Brown or Antonio. Yeah, just go with Chase Brown. I look, yes, I mentioned Chase Brown in the not so good part of the regression files this week. And I get that. I can get why folks would be hesitant to start him. I mean, he's not seeing a lot of run, but he has a lot of design plays. And you know how I know he has design plays? I don't watch the games. I watch the dots. I grind the data. But here's how I know that they're drawing up plays for Chase Brown in Cincinnati. Is his snap count is awfully close to the number of touches he gets, whether it's in the receiving game or whether it's in the rushing game. So if he's in there, they're getting him the ball. He's an explosive guy. He's a big play waiting to happen. He's not going to challenge Joe Mixon at all whatsoever for the lead back role. I get that. Jamar Chase being out, I think filters down, into everybody. T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, even the tight ends, obviously the backfield. I think we could see the Bengals be a little more balanced or even run heavy, which is weird for them. I mean, even with Browning in the lineup, they have been pass heavy. But yeah, I think Chase Brown is a way better option than Antonio Gibson. I would go with David Montgomery there for sure. Happy Honda Days. Hey, to those who celebrate, happy Honda Days, where you can get, I actually don't even know what you get. And happy Honda Days. All I know is that ever since I was a little kid, happy Honda Days have been going on, and they last forever, right? They go like throughout the holidays, like into the new year. Happy Honda Days. I should probably stop talking about Honda since they're not sponsoring this. I'm going to stop now. You know what I was watching though the other day while I was on the old stationary bike, not a Peloton, the People's Bike, an old school, old fashioned stationary exercise bike that doesn't talk to you at all. You just get on it and you pedal. I know the Zoomers have no idea what I'm talking about. None. They've never ridden a bike that doesn't talk back at you. Okay. But this one doesn't. And so I put on the TV and went to the YouTube and I was watching Christmas commercials from the 80s. The algorithm knows me well, and knows I enjoy a little nostalgia as bad as that can be. And man, those commercials are great. And it's entirely because I was a kid watching them. Okay. Like if you're like 25 years old and you watch those today, you'd be like, this is awful. This is all like, don't torture me with this. I mean, you would have to have your eyes peeled open like Clockwork Orange. Again, the Zoomers, look it up to watch those. But to me, it was great. All right. Happy Honda Days. Oh, I need to answer your question. How would you rank Aaron Jones, Achane, Connor, Zeke? How would I rank them? I don't like doing ranks. Just tell me. I don't know. Zeke, Achane, Connor, Jones. There you go. All right. Bears, Broncos. Not the Colts. I don't think. Well, Heineke's starting. Oh, gosh. I'm starting the Bears in a couple leagues, if that makes you feel any better. I'd go with the Bears against the down horrific Cardinals. Chuba against Green Bay or Calvin Ridley against Tampa, full PPR. Chuba's a good play. Chubbard, as Joe G. Bromley, the ninth, says. He's a good play because, hey, first of all, look, it's funnel season. We have a season full of data. We know that the Packers are one of the more pronounced run funnels in the entire NFL. So it should be Chuba Hubbard season again. But I would go with Ridley just because of the various injuries that the Jaguars are dealing with. He's the only guy left standing. So hopefully something happens. Tampa being a pass funnel as well. That calculus might change a little bit if CJ Beathard starts. All right, PPR need a wide receiver or Deontay Johnson or Smith and Jigba. I know it's bleak, man. I know. I get it. But I would actually go with Deontay. Ugh. I actually hate saying that, but it's true. If I had that choice, I'd go with Deontay. Jacob Z. Glazer, the second. 10. All right, so 10 man half PPR. Zeke or Chandler? Yeah, Jacob, you're playing Ty Chandler. Congratulations, Alpha. Who is the safest play? Oh, come on, safest out of those two. Snow scares me. Is there supposed to be snow in Denver? I don't know, man. Well, look, the Broncos are being crushed in the middle of the field. What the Zoomers are calling the moff. Okay. All right. The Broncos are getting their moff destroyed. And so that should be good for Douglas, who runs basically all of his routes from the slot, and then Hunter Henry, who operates in the middle of the field as much as anyone in that New England offense. But I mean, I guess, I mean, look, Palmer could see 10 targets here. Okay. We're going to look it up, folks. We're going to look it up strongly and quickly here to see what do we have? Week 15. Josh Palmer. Wait a second. Wait a darn second, folks. Josh Palmer only had a 12.5% target share last week. Yikes. Is that real? Yeah. Oh, only 4 targets. No. Yeah, 4 targets. He got caught all 4 for 113. His air yard share. Okay, well, 39% air yard share. That was second behind Quentin Johnston. Oof. All right. Well, now I'm a little hesitant. Maybe I should have shut my mouth about Joshua Palmer. I would go with Pop Douglas. Ooh. Yes. Happy holidays to you, Patrick. PPR. Chandler. Go Chandler. Roach 52. Please do not confuse him with Roach 51. Okay? It's embarrassing, and frankly, it's offensive. Roach 52, Week 16 championship for me. Okay. Well, here we go. It's a little weird, but all right. No judgment. Full PPR. Flex 1 if Jaden Reed does not play. Oh. Thielen. Go with Thielen. Did I already answer this one? I think I did. Andrew, down biblically. No religion in the chat. I'm begging you. Okay? And no politics, no religion. We don't get cute. We don't get fancy. There are very few rules, honestly. It's mostly a rule-free space, but I have to institute some rules, okay? But Andrew says he's down biblically. Come on. Lost Keenan. Oh, is Ken Walker out? Wait, can someone update me on that? Shoot. I guess, I mean, he'll play. Oh, Brian Robinson was ruled out. Look, I wrote up Cris Rodriguez. I take no pleasure in saying I wrote up Cris Rodriguez in the Funnel Defense report this week. He becomes interesting with Robinson sidelined. Palmer or Wicks. So I would go with Wicks, and then or Zeke. Yeah, Zeke is better than those options. Yeah. All right, Kincaid or Schultz? I'd go with Kincaid. Would you play Browns or Packers? Oh, your opponent had Kamara and Kupp. Okay, so you are. So you actually are. That's good. All right, Browns. You're playing the Browns. Here we go. We're gonna get through some of these, and then I'm gonna read you some target share for slot receiver data, because I know the folks love their data. Actually, they don't. The folks just want to be told what to do. They just want the answers to the test, okay? But I refuse. Garrett Wilson or Devontae Smith? Devontae Smith, man. What? Come on. Get real. In the semifinals of my league and struggling on who to start at running back, Derrick Henry or Saquon? I'm trying to think here. Saquon split reps and split pass routes with Matt Breida last week. It was a really ugly usage game for Barkley. I think maybe this is just me speculating, okay? But that's what we do. And maybe the Giants are just okay with letting Saquon get to the offseason healthy and just letting him land a contract somewhere else, because they're pretty much done with that whole situation. So that would kind of put me off. So I'd lean Henry, I guess. All right. Uh-oh. A too cute alert. Feel like I'm being too cute, but could I start Hunter Henry over Dalton Kincaid? He's been limited. Yeah, right. Let me just go back real quick to the Bills usage last week. Where are they? There they are. Okay. Well, you know what though? That was weird because the Bills only dropped back to pass 16 times. 17 times, I'm sorry. And so Kincaid ran a route on 13 of those. Saw 2 targets, no receptions. I mean, look, Stefon Diggs had a 37% target share last week with 5 targets. It's hard to take anything away from that game. Saying that, I actually do think Hunter Henry is mildly interesting and probably a better play here. All right, so go with Henry. Thank you, Roach. Better kicker this week, Matt Gay or Dustin Q Hopkins? I'd go with they're both in a dome. I'd go with Matt Gay. You know what? Forget it. I wrote him up this week. Forget that Matt Gay has been struggling lately. You get him in there. Just play him. All right. Jets against Washington or the Bills. Oh, man, yeah, no. Look, folks, if you have the Buffalo defense, you got to play them. You have to, okay? It's law, okay? I will be upset with you. I won't be mad. I will be disappointed, however, okay? So play the Bills defense against Easton Stick. Sorry, but I had to make my point. Patrick says, I don't really have a burning lineup question since this week, since I had Puka and Olave and Kyron go off. Oh, he's sitting pretty. He said, sitting on his throne of fantasy points. Congratulations. Congratulations. I faced 2 of those guys last night. I'm done. My opponent has Kamara. Okay, so you won. You play Ty Chandler. I mean, it doesn't even matter. Come on. Man. By the way, I do enjoy when like real football dudes online are like, yeah, I mean, he's a good he might be a good fantasy option, but he's not a good player. So I guess enjoy your fantasy points. And I mean, the response is always like, I will. Yeah, okay, thanks. Enjoy your fantasy points. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. Is it supposed to be derisive and insulting? Am I supposed to have my feelings hurt? I'm not an NFL GM, and I don't pretend to be one online. Like real football dudes, okay? I'm just a fantasy manager. I just draft teams and try not to lose. That's what I do. That's what we all do. Some of us do it for a living. All right. Flex spot, Achane or Jordan Addison? Achane. Jordan Addison. Just real quick, as a regression candidate, the bad kind, I mentioned him in the regression files this week. He converted 96% of his air yards last week. Got pretty lucky, I think, on those 2 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson dominated air yards, importantly, which is something Jordan Addison had dominated before Jefferson came back into the lineup. Without that sort of downfield variance in Addison's receiving profile, I'm trying not to play him this week. I mean, you might not have a choice. That's okay. I mean, I don't think he'll be a disaster, but nothing like last week is going to happen. Just want you guys to know. Achane. Love when people answer other questions in the chat. That is one of my favorite things. Minshew or Mullins. That I've struggled with this one. I actually am I have this struggle in one of my leagues this week, and I'm leaning Mullins because the Lions have been so bad against the pass and have been something of a pass funnel, not like an extreme pass funnel, but something of one. So I would lean Mullins, but they're both pretty good plays, I will say. All right. Tyler Bass it's Tyler Bass. All right. I'm going to answer this one, and then we're going to get to slot route data. Andrew's back. Another defensive question. Have had the Browns, but also picked up Denver. I don't know who they play next week, fella. I'm really sorry. I would lean Beeman. I would lean Beeman for the big play upside. Shane Falco, statuesque in the pocket. I just don't know. I just don't know about Falco. The Zoomers are very confused about what's happening here. All right, folks, listen. We're going to get to which teams are giving up the most slot targets and what that means for week 16. Okay. Because look, I don't just give you data. I give you actionable data that you can take action with which you can take action. That's the proper sentence. All right. So I'm actually going to narrow it. I'm not going to do the whole season. I'm just going to do week 9 to 15. Okay. It'll give us, I think, a better kind of snapshot of how defenses are operating. You might not be shocked after seeing Chris Godwin go berserk last week against Green Bay to know that the Packers, from week 9 to week 15, give up the highest target share to slot pass catchers at 38%. Okay. So this week, I know it sounds funny to talk up anybody for the Panthers, but that means only one thing. And you know what I'm going to say. Adam Thielen's in a good spot. I take literally no pleasure, 0.0 pleasure in saying so. I know, but Thielen is in a good spot. All right. The Bears are second in target share given up to slot pass catchers. And that, folks, means that Trey McBride is in another smash spot. He's going to smash the spot this week against the Bears. No Marquise Brown. Greg Dortch is questionable. Trey McBride, I mean, you lock him in for 10 targets. Which tight end can you say that about? Basically none. Not even Travis Kelce at this point. So he's in a great spot. You have the Jets at third. I don't really know. I mean, I guess that might be good for like Curtis Samuel. Yeah. Let's say, yes, Curtis Samuel could benefit from that. The Eagles are fourth, giving up 37% to the slot. Who do they play? They play the Giants. Oh, right. So Darren Waller. That's who it would be. Bills are next. Who cares? Because it's the Chargers. Giants are next. So maybe Dallas Goedert's in. And then Seattle. Seattle is seventh. I really think DeAndre Hopkins has a great chance to just go ballistic this week. He leads everyone in air yards over the past 4 weeks. Everyone, I think, by a considerable margin. It has not translated to what we might call real yards that you can metabolize. You can't metabolize air yards. You can try, but it will not work. I think he goes crazy this week. And let's see. I'm just going down the list here. Detroit giving up the 8th highest target share to slot receivers. That should be good stuff for TJ Hawkinson. All right, back to your questions. We're going to reset here. Thank you for joining me for the Fantasy Football Q&A with me, Denny Carter. You can find me at CDCarter13, anywhere humans are microblogging. Let's get into this. Saquon or Derrick Henry? Derrick Henry. All right, here we go. I'm down exponentially. You guys are so creative and funny. Please stop. Thanks. I appreciate it, Justin. That means a lot to me. And yes, happy holidays to you. Who scores more points this week? Rams wide receivers, Shoei or Tani, I lean Otani. I don't really know. Who has more yards Sunday? You on the bike or Alec Pierce? Probably me on the bike. Oh, do you know? Wait, I'm not sure who this person is, but yeah. Oh my gosh. I just talked about old school Christmas commercials, right? And the Corona commercial from what, what would that be? 1990, 1989, something like that, 88, where it's very simple. It's just a little house on a very isolated little island in the middle of the ocean. and it's "Oh Christmas Tree," which is the most simple and elegant of all Christmas songs. Okay, it's "Oh Christmas Tree," and the palm tree lights up, and that's the whole commercial. Someone whistling "Oh Christmas Tree," thing lights up. Corona's been playing that thing since, I don't even know, George H.W. Bush. Again, we're not getting political. This is not political. I'm pinpointing a moment in time. So yeah, I love that commercial. It honestly probably is my favorite Christmas commercial. Thanks for bringing that up. All right, really, or Mixon? You're going with Mixon. All right. Wow, people have the same question about Saquon or Derrick Henry. You're stuck here. Broncos, snow, or Browns. Yeah, Stroud is out. Oh man. I would go with Browns, and then Tua. Yeah, no, you got to go Tua. Yeah, let's not get crazy. All right. Okay. Oh man, I was really hoping no one would ask me about either of these guys. Wow. By the way, that Niners Ravens game is going to be a hot take bonanza. Okay. The temperature of the takes that will come out of that game could melt through the earth to the core of the earth, because I mean, whoever wins it is going to be the MVP, and whoever loses it is going to be the worst quarterback of all time, a choker, a legendary choker who should be in the XFL. Okay, that'll be the reaction to this Ravens 49ers game. All right, here's the thing. Is that the Niners are the most extreme pass funnel in the league. Okay. Over the past 6 weeks, they're facing a 68% neutral pass rate. That's wild. Okay. That's wild. Nobody is trying to establish it against San Francisco because, hey, they're good. They're also good at defending the pass. The Ravens have shown, especially over the past, month and a half or so, that they are willing to lean on the pass against teams that stiffen against the rush. Okay. I thought that's what they would do last week against Jacksonville. They actually just crushed Jacksonville on the ground. I just don't see that happening. I think Lamar will drop back a lot here. And so that makes me lean toward Lamar. But man, it's hard to bench Purdy right now. I mean, over the past, I think 2 or 3 Friday streams, folks have asked Purdy or this guy Purdy, and I said, I'm not telling you to bench Brock Purdy. I'm just not. You can play him over anyone. I think last week I said you're playing him easily over Mahomes. Okay. You're playing him over Josh Allen. You're playing him over Dak Prescott. Yes. This is a tough one. I would say Lamar just because the rushing. All right, Butker or Bass. I would go with Bass, and then Deontay, Judy, or Wicks. If Jaden Reed is out, then Wicks. If not, then Deontay. Judy doesn't figure in for me. Achan. Go with Addison, and then go with Ty Chandler. Achan or Grease Hall. Man, I don't know about Grease. Grease Hall. My wife is Greek, so I can say that. And I am, by relation Greek. That's how it works. Per the analytics. This is the question. I've had this question 45 times, and I'm not mad. I'm not mad about it. Don't tell the newspaper I'm mad, but Achan. You're playing Achan over Grease Hall. Okay. I mean, I don't know. Okay. You're projecting kicker points. Good luck. Good luck with that. Nick Mullins against the Lions or Mayfield. I go with Baker. Baker. The touchdown. Baker. All right, Baker season. Merry Christmas to you. Are those glasses? They are. And this is why it hurts for people to mock my glasses. They're prescription. The doctor said you have to wear these. You're getting old. You turned 40 this year. You need to wear these to work on the computer and to read, to drive, and so and then people, oh well, you look ridiculous. Well, thanks. I guess you make fun of everybody with glasses then, huh? Is that how it works? You go around and anybody who's wearing glasses, oh, look at that nerd, huh? Anyway, pick one. Geno, Mullins, or Flacco. Flacco. Yeah, Flacco. I'm a Mixon. Mixon in no way in hell. Oh man, come on, Roach. Stop answering other people's questions. All right. Eckler, yeah, Gus Edwards. With the guy, what's his name? The guy from East Carolina, who Keaton Mitchell. Keaton Mitchell's out, so yeah, you're going Gus. Saquon Ridley if Lawrence plays. If not, then Swift. All right. Elisha, half PPR. Flex Amari against the Texans. Javonte, James Amari. I mean, Joe Flacco only throws to Amari Cooper and to David Njoku. Yeah. The Corona Rita is an American treasure. That's a great Corona commercial. Pick two. I will pick two. The Panthers are a bad matchup just all around. I'm not interested in Jordan Love this week, so I think Mullins and Baker Mayfield are your plays there. All right, did I get to this one? I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm kind of skipping around right now. We have about 12 minutes left. Jordan Addison, Amari Cooper, Tyler Lockett, pick two. Gracias to you. I mean, de nada to you. Cooper, and Lockett. Cooper and Lockett. Here we go. All right. Pick one in PPR. Aaron Jones, Hubbard, Connor, and Zeke. Go with Zeke. I mean, Stevenson is still out, right? I mean, why are people asking me about Zeke so much? You're playing Zeke, man. Would I start? No. Let's not. Yeah. Hey, Kyle, you broke one of the main rules. I'm okay. You're getting too cute. This is too cute. Rashee Rice over Justin Jefferson. Rashee Rice over Mike Evans. Rashee Rice over DJ Moore. No. Take a moment and think about what you've done, what you've said, what you've asked. It's not appropriate, honestly, and it's offensive. I'm kidding. It's not that bad, but you're playing those other guys. Our receivers are a disaster. You should simply draft better receivers. I'm kidding. I'm not that big of a jerk. Play two in full PPR. Okay, we just talked about Curtis Samuel being in a good spot. Yeah, so I would play Samuel and I would play Wicks if Reed is out. And then if not, then you're playing Samuel and Zay Flowers. Listen, Curtis Samuel is fun. He's a fun PPR cheat code, okay? He's scamming his way to 15 points this week. You mark it down. I love it. I enjoy a scam. This country was built on scams. Curtis Samuel is a scam. You plug him in. Thank you. And then I actually would play Ty Chandler. I know that sounds weird, but yeah, Ty Chandler. Yeah, I mean, look, I told you don't fear the Reaper and you don't fear points from the Bills. They're going to score a bunch of points against this Chargers defense. You play Josh Allen. Nico Collins or Tyler Lockett? Man, Collins could see a lot of volume this week. Yeah, I mean, if Collins plays, he should be able to play. I think you have to go with Collins there. Yeah, Purdy or Josh Allen. That is a good one. I actually would lean Purdy. I know I just talked about Allen, but I would lean Purdy. Yeah, Dave, I'm acknowledging you. What did I miss? What did I miss? Oh. Denny, coffee, football, clock, and the DeVito thing. Hey. There you go. All right. You've been acknowledged, brother. Nico or JSN, Nico. Also at running back, Montgomery, Connor, Saquon, pick two. Well, Montgomery for sure. And I guess Saquon. All right. Jay Ferguson, or is that likely? Likely is in a great spot. I think that we're going to see lots of dropbacks for the Ravens this week. Yes, now I talk like this. Lots of dropbacks. Yeah, and we just saw Trey McBride have a nice game against the Niners. Yeah, sure. You're going likely, I think. So you're going Wicks if Reed is out. Otherwise, I guess Palmer. Jake Browning or Kyler Murray. Kyler, barely. So apparently I missed Dave's. Oh, there we go. I'm sorry. Super Dave. I missed here's your question, Josh Allen. All right, sorry. Wow, you have a lot. This is a lot. What is all this? PPR start. So you start Kincaid. Yeah, start Kincaid. There you go. What is this? Roach wants us to know that the Seattle defense allows the 6th most points to running back. Jack. I hope Jack got that question. Trevor Lawrence, if healthy, or Lamar. Yeah, Lamar. You're playing Lamar. I know it seems like a bad matchup, but I kind of like the back and forth prospects for the Niners, Ravens. Chandler or McBride. I mean, that is good. I really like McBride. I mean, traditionally, you're going to go with the running back here, because he has a much better chance to get into the end zone. But man, I'm having a hard time telling you that McBride's not a better option. I think I'm gonna say McBride. Man, Rotopet would kill me for this. Don't tell him. Please don't tell him. Please. I'm scared. Kenneth Walker or Brees. Walker. Devontae or OBJ. Javonte just has no juice, right? I mean, like no fantasy statistical juice. I just don't know. Does he have a ceiling? I mean, no, I don't think he does. So I go with OBJ again in a game where I believe the Ravens will be pass heavy. I know I swung and missed on that last week, but we're sticking with it, folks. We are sticking with it. All right, guys. About 6 minutes left. Choose one running back and one flex. Wow. Montgomery and then Ty Chandler. And then I would go, got to play the Bills. Brothers and sisters, got to play the Bills. Barkley or Tyler Boyd, full PPR. Barkley, yeah. What is this? Alexander Madison reported back to practice, giving it a go. Oh, I see. Well, that is annoying. Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how that shakes out. I mean, Ty Chandler would take a little bit of a hit there if Madison is back in. I'd go with Broncos. Broncos defense. Don't be too freaked out by last week. Go with Cooper. I don't hate London, by the way. I do. I think folks need to kind of adjust. I think Taylor Heineke's probably good for London and for Pitts. Adjust your mindsets around the Falcons offense. But yeah, I would definitely go with Amari G. Cooper. All right. Excuse me. Half PPR. Choose two. Harris and yikes. Harrison Foreman, I guess. God, that's bleak. That's bleak. Cooks. Higgins. Yeah, look at Jamar Chase is out. So you're playing T. Higgins no matter what. Sort of. Mostly. All right. Before I let you go, I wanted to talk to you about an important stat that I believe reveals a good running back matchup, a good rushing matchup, and that is yards before contact per attempt. Okay, and this correlates strongly with explosive rushes. So if you like explosive rushes, listen up. Okay, I'm going to narrow this down to the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for the past 8 weeks. Okay, and so here are the teams giving up the most yards before contact per attempt. The Cardinals at number 1, which is why I kind of like Deontay Foreman as the main ball carrier in that backfield. Could be interesting. Broncos are giving up the second most. I think Ezekiel Elliott is in a really good spot. Like, I know a lot of you are struggling. What do I do with Zeke? Well, I think you lean toward playing him. Okay. Jacksonville is third, which is interesting. So Rachaad White obviously would benefit there. The Bengals are fourth. Gosh darn, who do the Bengals play? The Steelers. Theoretically, if game script can remain somewhat neutral or normal, I should say, then you have Jaylen Warren and Najee Harris benefiting from that. Go down the list. You have the Seahawks giving up the fifth most yards before contact per attempt over the past 8 weeks. Could be good for the big dog. Okay, the dog who is big, Derrick Henry. He's a big dog and he's good. He's in a good spot. You need someone to physically stop me from starting Rashee Rice over Evans. Yeah, I just told someone that you can't do that. Legally, I should say. You could move overseas and do that and not be arrested. That is one option. But here in America, you're playing Mike Evans. Oh, Evans, he's in a good spot. I don't buy this Chris Godwin target domination thing. I just don't. So play Evans, man. It'll be fine. You're down 20. Rashee Rice or Higgins. Man, I hate to keep telling people to bench Rashee Rice, but Higgins, yeah. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it, Jake. Alicia's back. Alicia wants to know. Rice versus the Raiders. DJ Moore, Ken Walker. Okay, so you're going with McBride over Ferguson, and you're going with DJ Moore. You're going with DJ Moore. Exactly. I would go with Chicago defense. The Cardinals are banged up. It's in Chicago. It's going to be cold and nasty as usual. So, yeah, go. Higgins. I think I may have already answered that. Higgins for sure. All right, folks. I am going to check out here, folks. Please keep it locked in to Rotoworld throughout the weekend. Okay, we have, unfortunately, games on Christmas Eve. We have Christmas Day games. We have 12 different slates of games going on. Have a great holiday. But again, it's important to check on those injuries. Make sure you have everything set up, okay? You cannot check Rotoworld enough going into the weekend. Check out my regression files. Check out my funnel defense report, which is on NBCSports.com. Thanks again, honestly, for joining me today and throughout the season. I'll be back next week helping you win some championships.